Because I handed over our homeland as President and Commander-in-Chief of our country. I handed Venezuela over to the only Commander-in-Chief, our Lord Jesus Christ. He commands all the battles, all the moments. He goes at the front. He says, the pastor named John. I can only say the name. Pastor John says, it will be a simultaneous, fervent, humble, and powerful prayer, asking for the intervention of the Lord Jesus Christ over our nations. Our Savior told us, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. May Christ take absolute command of this situation, and may He not allow any American soldier, neither today nor ever, to fire a single shot against the people of Venezuela. That is why we will pray, so that the spirit of confusion and violence may be expelled, and so that the discernment of the Lord may rest upon those who make military decisions in my country, that is, in His country. We will also pray for you, President Maduro, so that Christ may give you wisdom, humility, clarity, strength to guide your people with a peaceful and firm heart. And we will also pray with Christian love for President Donald Trump, so that he does not allow himself to be tempted by the demon that seeks war, and so that the Holy Spirit keeps him away from all shadows and leads him towards mercy, truth, and peace.
We are here in this church in prayer, and we thank you because these prayers
Let me start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'chah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. I'm your brother, Rabbi Knapp, coming out with a lesson, Lord's wills, edifying to the Lord's elect. And what you just saw was Maduro praying to Caesar Borgia to protect him from this war he about to get into. But what's wrong with him is he's praying in the wrong name. All right? So the Lord's not hearing any prayer if you're praying to an idol. That's your problem. All right? That's Maduro's problem. You know, it makes me think of a situation where, let me grab it. One of our kings, he won a battle against the Edomites. He won the battle, and then he started worshiping the gods of Edom. What king was it that worshiped the gods of Edom? KJV. 2 Chronicles 25. King Amaziah of Judah worshipped the gods of the defeated Edomites after a military victory. He brought the idols back, set them up as his own gods, and burned incense to them, which provoked the anger of the Lord. This act is described in 2 Chronicles 25, verse 14. Let's go there. You know, so that's ultimately what you're doing, Maduro, is you're going to get fucked up. Now, and you know what? Now I see why. Because you praying to the gods of the Edomites, man. And this is why you're going to lose. I should have started it in the book of Hosea, but because you're the northern kingdom. I don't know what tribe Venezuela is actually from. Let me find a chart online. 12 tribe chart. 12 tribe chart. Here's a good chart right here. So let's see which one you would fall. You would fall under the Venezuelans. Is it Guatemala? It's not Zebulon. You might be Naphtali or something. Naphtali, Zebulon. It's not Manasseh. It's not. I'm thinking Zebulon or Naphtali. You would fall under one of those. But Guatemala to Panama, that's like Central America. I'm thinking you're more Naphtali. I think Zebulon might be up a little bit more. Because Colombia to Uruguay, Asher. Let's see where Uruguay is, as a matter of fact. Colombia. Map of Colombia to Uruguay. Map of Uruguay. Yes. Let's take a look at this. You know, because this is some maps. So I can see where y'all are from, man. Colombia to Uruguay. So, yeah, you would probably be Colombia to Uruguay, Asher. Colombia would be Asher. Colombia to Uruguay. Damn, so all of this here, wow, that's a long Asher. So that whole, damn, all of it. So Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia to Uruguay, because Guatemala to Costa Rica, Guatemala to Panama would stop right here. And then we'll be starting to get into the tribes of Asher. You know? But you clearly don't know the Bible, Maduro. You don't know. You don't even know. You praying to idols, man. You praying to idols. So the Lord's not dealing with Maduro, and this is a case in point, man. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, but you know it was so late in this thing, man. That's why I kind of think you're set up anyways. You be throwing a lot of 666 hand gestures. Where am I at? 141. Let's look at him. Where did I get this? I see him do this. Everyone does this hand gesture. I don't know where he did it, but he kind of did it real quick. Is this it? No, that don't look like the hand gesture.
Also pray for you, President Maduro.
Whatever. Maybe not this video, but he normally be doing that. You know how he be doing the duck be doing.
As reach us and these blessings.
With the hand gestures. A lot of y'all, you a bunch of Catholics, man. Y'all need to. This is why the Lord be sending the sword over there, man. This is why he's over there. Because, you know, your wickedness, man. Your wickedness. And ultimately Esau's gonna get judged, of course. But Jacob's trouble's coming upon you, man. There's gonna be a lot of judgment for a lot of y'all. And it's just like Nigeria right now. They're getting judged too. And they praying to the same God you praying into, and look what's happening to them. You praying to the God of the Edomites. That's why I went to 2 Chronicles 25, verse 14. Now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites. As a matter of fact, we'll start at the top. 2 Chronicles 25 and 1. Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Jehoadan of Jerusalem. Let me look up her name, Jehoadan. See what that's about. You over here praying to the gods of the Edomites. Fool. Yahweh delights, wife of King Joash, the mother of King Amaziah of Judah. What do I need to know about her, man? Let's search her up real quick while we're here. Jehoadan, also spelled Jehoadan, was the mother of King Amaziah of Judah. She was the wife of King Jehoash and is mentioned in the Bible in 2 Kings 14 and 2. In 2 Chronicles 25, her name is thought to mean Yahweh delights. Role in biblical history as the mother of King Amaziah, she is part of the lineage of the Davidic line of kings and is mentioned in the context of her son's reign. It doesn't give too much background about her. But to be a king at 25 years old, man, that's huge. I mean, you read 2 Chronicles 34. Josiah was 8 years old, man, being a king. You know, some of our kings, you know, then Esau's kings. He look at the duck, man. He's 70-something years old, man. You know, but having a 25-year-old king, you know, just imagine that. And I'm sure he was nothing like you see a 25-year-old Jake today, man. He's stuck on stupid. He got his head so far up his ass when you're telling him that we're a nation of kings and priests. Man, that shit's way over his head. Like he can't envision it. I don't know. With me, I can see it so clear as day. I understand why the Lord. Well, I can't say I understand why the Lord. I mostly understand pretty much what the Bible's about when it's talking about the kingdom of heaven and the mindset and the, what the Lord's about. You know, when I read the Bible now, you know, I'm thinking rulership. I'm thinking a kingdom. I'm thinking, you know, laws and people who are obeying, servants, you know, a functioning society. That's what I read in the Bible. And if you don't see that in the scriptures, then you don't understand. You really don't understand what this book is about, man. This is how you run a functioning government, a functioning society, a world system that works. Okay, this is the blueprint. Okay, it's 66 books, and this ain't even all the books. I'm sure this Israel got it all, man. We got it all. But just even with this, what we have, what has been given to us, man, there's so much power in that. But let me continue. 2 Chronicles 25:2, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Okay, so, and we're gonna read about that. You know, your heart, your mind. You do that what's right in the sight of the Lord by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what King David told his son when he was on his deathbed, to keep the charge of the Lord. And this is why that's good advice. If you're going to take advice from anybody, why not King David, someone that the Lord he claimed to how do you say it? He sought the Lord's heart, something like that. We should be doing the same thing. 2 Chronicles 25:3. Now it came to pass when the kingdom was established to him that he slew his servants that had killed the king his father. But he slew not their children, but did as it is written in the law of the book of Moses, where the Lord Yahweh commanded, saying, the fathers shall not die for the children, neither shall the children die for the fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. I believe he's referencing Ezekiel, the 18th chapter. Let me just go there where it cross references. Ezekiel 18:4. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. In Ezekiel 18:20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The Son shall not bear the iniquity of the Father, neither shall the Father bear the iniquity of the Son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. So here it is, a king going precept upon precept. He didn't think, all right, I'm 25 years old, I'm gonna go according to my own mind, kill everyone that killed my father's servants, and I'm gonna put their kids to death too because they tried to kill me. No, he was doing it in a righteous way. Okay, he understood the precepts clearly. This is a king using the precepts, an Israelite man. Okay, going in Ezekiel and reading the book, knowing the precepts, man, applying them. Okay, and that's why the Lord said he said he did which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Okay. Amaziah defeats Edomites. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together. Judah's the southern kingdom, Salakia, which consists of, well, I got the 12 tribe chart, the American blacks, West Indian blacks, and the Haitians. Haitians were from the tribe of Levi. The Haitians were the priests. Okay, Benji was the youngest son of Judah, of Jacob. And what is Benjamin known for, as a matter of fact? I know y'all kicked everyone's ass in Judges, 19 and 20 we had like a civil war. What's last? Let me just ask. What was the tribe of Benjamin known for? The tribe of Benjamin was known for being fearsome warriors, particularly for their skill as ambidextrous archers and slingers. Woo! You can use both hands to shoot a bow, man, and sling a rock. They were also known for their bravery and loyalty, especially to the tribe of Judah, and were the tribe from which King Saul, the first king of Israel, came. Military prowess, loyalty and alliance. Oh, Judge Ehud I didn't know he was from the tribe of Benjamin. A left-handed judge who was a skilled warrior. Apostle Paul, he was from the tribe of Benjamin. And King Saul. Yeah. Mighty, that's a mighty tribe right there, man. That's a mighty tribe. All the tribes are mighty, though. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together and made them captains over thousands. So he made the tribe of Judah together and made them captains over thousands, which is the head tribe, and captains over hundreds, according to the house of their fathers, throughout all Judah and Benjamin. And he numbered them from 20 years old and above, and found them 300,000 choice men able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. And look at this, you know. This is moreover King Amaziah. Okay. You know, probably went to the book of Numbers, the first chapter. Because how it says here is numbered them from 20 years old and above. Okay, so he understood the scriptures. He wasn't doing things off of his own mind. You know, and that just goes to show you the difference between the kings of Israel and the kings of the Edomites and how they teach the Bible. And what are you talking about? I don't know what the hell's going on. Numbers chapter 2. Numbers chapter 1 and Numbers chapter 1 and verse 2. And ye the sum of the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their poll. So he's getting the army together, and he's dividing them by tribe, asking them pretty much how we ask you on the highways and hedges. You know, it's according to Numbers, the first chapter, and Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. You know, making one stick, but you know, we go according to your father. That's how we determine what tribe you're from. Numbers 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So that's what he was doing in 2 Chronicles 25 and 5. And found them 300,000 choice men able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. And look at this. Number them 20 years old and above. This nigga Esau be trying to get you to go to war at 18 years old. Wicked. You're supposed to be a Christian. You should be able to go into these precepts and show you, pull it, and hold this nigga accountable. But you can't, because you're not authorized to do that. So you don't understand why we always talking about this man, because he needs to be revealed, man, during this time. People need to know who they're dealing with. All right? He's the biblical damn devil, Edomite. But getting back on Maduro's dumb ass for worshiping his gods. And this is why majority of Israelites in the position that you're in. That's why you're going to lose every battle. You're going to lose every battle. Even though, you know, we getting close to the end. We getting close to the end, but a lot of y'all, man, it ain't over till the Lord says it's over. This judgment's for y'all. The Lord's going to get who's wicked. And clearly I can see the Lord ain't revealed himself to Maduro. He's praying to the same God that he praying to a sodomite God, pretty much. I mean, not a sodomite, a damn homosexual God, I meant to say. You know, Caesar Borgia was a homosexual, an abomination. in the eyes of the Lord. Was Caesar Borgia a homosexual? There's no definitive historical evidence to prove that Caesar Borgia was a homosexual, but there are rumors of a homosexual relationship between him and Leonardo da Vinci. That's his boyfriend, man. Leonardo da Vinci was Caesar Borgia's boyfriend. Both homosexuals. These rumors stem from the period when da Vinci was employed by Borgia as a military architect and engineer. Rumors and speculation. There is a speculation about Caesar Borgia's sexuality, largely fueled by the rumored relationship with da Vinci. Known relationships, historical accounts confirm Borgia's relationships with women, but evidence is limited on the extent of his romantic life beyond his known relationships and political marriages. Lack of definitive proof. While the rumors exist, they are not considered conclusive proof of his sexual orientation. Oh, man. I can't find any facts, so I'm gonna have to recount my my statement there. But it could be rumored. I don't know where you get all the facts, but you know, that's what I learned, that he was a homosexual and he was with Leonardo da Vinci. But I gotta go see if I can find some more proof on that. But he slept with his sister. Let's find out. Let's see if that Caesar Borgia ancestral. There's no solid historical evidence that Caesar Borgia had an incestuous relationship with his sister. I didn't even say that. I just asked if he was ancestral. But there was that's another thing too. So everything's speculation with Esau. Plausible deniability, just like the devil. Lucretia, sound like a ghetto bitch. The persistent rumors of incest were largely propaganda spread by their political enemies, especially Lucretia's first husband, Giovanni Sforza. Man, I think in some movies they might have depicted him as that. This is Esau we're talking about, okay? So if you Google it, Google ain't gonna tell you anything. Okay, what else do I know about him? Murderer? You gotta admit he was a murderer. Yes, Caesar Borgia was killed in battle. No, not murder. Murderer. Am I spelling it wrong? Was killed in battle, not murder. He died on March 12th, 1507 in the castle of Vania, Spain, while fighting a rebellious vassal of King John. Circumstances of death. No, was Caesar Borgia a murderer? Yes, Caesar Borgia was a murderer. As historical sources confirm his ruthlessness in the use of assassins to eliminate enemies. He commanded his troops with a level of cruelty that, while praised by some for creating order, was also a direct cause of death for many. So he's a murderer. That's who you're praying to, ultimately. Maduro, okay? And I don't know your background. You know, you might be Venezuelan, but on the heathen side, too. I don't know. Let's look you up, as a matter of fact. Because you started to piss me off, honestly. Is Maduro a Venezuela nationality? I don't know how to ask. Nicolas Maduro is a Venezuelan nationality, born in Caracas, Venezuela. He is a Venezuelan politician and the current president of Venezuela. Birthplace Venezuela, nationality Venezuelan. Okay. Maduro. So he just wicked, man. Father, Venezuela. Yes, Nicolas Maduro Garcia was Venezuelan. He was a prominent trade union leader in Caracas, where the family lived in a working class neighborhood. Yeah, he sound like a Jake. He sound like a Jake. He just wicked. He's just wicked. He praying to the gods of the Edomites, man. But our people, man, our people don't know anything, man. The Lord ain't. Everyone got their purpose to do down here. I'm gonna share this. This is the book of 2 Chronicles 25:6. He hired also 100,000 mighty men of valor out of Israel for 100 talents of silver. Who's this mighty men of valor? Mighty men of valor. I know what of valor. Strength, efficiency, wealth, army. Okay. But there came a man of God to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee. For the Lord Yahweh is not with Israel, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. Man of God, that's a prophet. Is a verse where a prophet tells King Amaziah of Judah not to use the Israelite army he hired because the Lord was not with them. The prophet advises the king that God is able to help or defeat, and that victory comes through faithfulness to God, not human alliances. That's right. And the word God just means power. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. But he's so stupid. He calling on a Greek God, oh, Jesus Christ to come help me. Okay. You don't know the name of the Lord? That's gonna be an issue for a lot of y'all in the future. 2 Chronicles 25:8. But if thou wilt go, do it. Be strong for the battle. God shall make thee fall before the enemy, for God have power to help and to cast down. So this is the point, man. You about to go to war. You about to go to battle. You're in the right mindset. You know he knows he's about to go to war. And it's his spirit telling he needs a power. He understands. That's one thing I got to give it to Maduro. He understands the battle's not going to be won by his own might. He knows that they're more mightier than him. In Israel, we fought many wars against people that were more mightier than us, and the Lord gave us the victory. So, in the mindset is it's a righteous thing what he's doing, but it's just not according to knowledge, man. And this is why people go off at when the truth is here. Romans 10:1, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Let's look at this word zeal. You know, he's an Israelite. You know there's a power. You understand he's the one that's giving us the victory. You're searching, you're asking for him. And he's a king too in this time. But he's of the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom never had a righteous king. But that don't mean that they ain't righteous. There's plenty of people from the northern kingdom that were righteous, man. You know, Joshua. I wish I could. If I could ask, I don't understand why Joshua was not considered a king when he literally took the stead of Moses, and Moses was a king. You know. But that's a whole different conversation. But Joshua, he definitely he was righteous in the eyes of the Lord. Joseph, righteous in the eyes of the Lord. Okay. Who else? You know, those are two that I can think of off the top of my head that helped Israel big time. Men, you know, you can go into Judith. Judith was from Simeon, but I'm talking about kings. Women, I mean, there were some women that helped deliver us too. They were judges. There was a judge in the book of Judges, chapter 10. He was from the tribe of Issachar, which are Mexicans. I think Judges chapter 10. What's his name again? I forgot. Judges 10 and 1. And after Abimelech, there arose to defend Israel Tola, the son of Puah, the son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, and he dwelt in Shemar in Mount Ephraim, and he judged Israel 23 years, and died and was buried in Shemar. So here it is. Issachar was even a judge, man. Okay, Tola. Let's see what this word Tola means. I don't mean to go off, but gotta go with the spirit. Tola, worm. The firstborn of Issachar and a progenitor of the family of the Tolaites, a man of Issachar, son of Pua, and judge of Israel after Abimelech. Abimelech is Judges chapter 9 chapter, and he was evil. He was evil, man. So, going back to Romans the 10th chapter, he got the zeal, but it's not according to knowledge. And that's what a lot of our people, they understand there's a God, but they don't have the knowledge to back it up. So through the spirit, he's searching for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. But the Lord just ain't reveal himself to him, man. Excitement of mind, adore, fervor of spirit, zeal, adore in embracing, pursuing, defending anything, zeal in the behalf of for personal thing, the fierceness of indignation, punitive zeal, and envious and contentious rivalry. I need a better definition. These are kind of vague. Zeal means great enthusiasm, eagerness, or fervor for a cause, person, or object. It can also refer to specific companies and apps, such as software developer tool. No, ain't that. Zeal for God, meaning, maybe you can. Zeal for God means a fervent passion and intense commitment to God's honor, will, and purposes. So yeah, you understand as a God, you want to do, it's in your spirit to want to do what he told you to do. But the Lord he got a block on you or something. He got something. He ain't really give you the full, he ain't fully manifest himself to you. Okay, this can be expressed through a deep devotion to God's glory, a desire to live righteously, and a readiness to act in defense of faith and to promote God's kingdom. It is characterized by earnestness, passionate enthusiasm, and often involves a willingness to make sacrifices for God. So, you got to serve the Lord through the Spirit, and you want to. And that's clear that the Lord is on his mind. He's not as carnal as I'm making him out to be, even though not everyone's privy to this information. But it tells you in the book of Acts, and that's why, I give double honors to the apostles and elders, because I want to know this information if they didn't go do the work and the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because in all actuality, it's really the Lord. No one really, you already had this knowledge in you. This is a stirring up your pure minds by way of remembrance, meaning you already have this wisdom in you, and the Lord gotta unlock it. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. And that's the only thing you got wrong, Maduro. You need to repent, and you need to call on the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, which means he is Bahashem, meaning in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is Yahushua. He's the deliverer. Okay, and how do we know that? We got it from our apostles and elders on down from the Great Millstone. So you can just log into them, Maduro, check in, and get fed. Like we all, you gotta humble yourself, man. I know you the top dude down there in Venezuela, but hey, man, you trying to win a battle, man. You calling on the wrong God. You gonna lose, man. And that's when you should read 2 Chronicles 25th chapter if you do get this video. Even the Iranians are watching these videos, man. What are you doing? You late to the party. Matthew 1 verse 21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name. It says Jesus here, for he shall save his people from their sins, okay? So that's who you're calling on, right? But the letter J was created in 1524, so we know that's not his name. Of Hebrew origin, there you go. And there you go. Yahweh Shai Yah-I. Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's how it's pronounced. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to look at these letters. All right, let's go back to it. Yah, Ha, Wa, Shai. Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh, Yah, Ha, Wa, Ha. Yahweh. Drop the A at the end. There you go. And that's the modern Hebrew. Okay? So you got to know his name is Hebrew, man. You don't know that? You don't know that, Maduro? You got to study, man. You got all those Catholic churches, you know, all those. Esau got these damn things everywhere. That's the real. Never mind his garrisons and his embassies and these 500 plus military bases he got all over the world. He got temples and shrines all through the world, man. All through the world, and that's way worse than any embassy, any military might. He got a stronghold spiritually in your land, you dumbass. And that's what's gonna really make you fall. All right. Hosea 4:6. I'll start at the top. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. And that's what's wrong with your land right now. That's why your boats are getting blown up. Esau's up like 25 to zip, blowing you up down there. And then you making your farmers go do those jobs. You forcing them to get on those boats. Okay? They're getting forced to get on a boat, and they ain't making it back home. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood. And that's probably why the Lord is sending Esau over there, which is the Lord's sword, according to Psalms the 17th chapter. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So there's judgment. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priests. Yeah, the priests are those who keep knowledge at their lips of the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and the priests are coming back through the Spirit, and you don't want to hear it. Hosea 4:5, therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. Okay? Ultimately, it's talking about your land, man. Okay? And you're going to destroy it. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. Maduro ain't got no beard on his face. You don't know what's going on in these scriptures, man. You ain't nothing like the kings of Israel, man. You going way off. I will also forget thy children, so you're gonna get put to death. Okay, let's jump down. Hosea 4:17. Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. So you gotta leave him alone, man. He's joined unto idols. All right. So going back to Amaziah, the Lord raised up a prophet to tell him that mighty men of valor, the Lord's not dealing with them. The Lord's not dealing with them, man. You know? Let's read it again. 2 Chronicles 25:7. But there came a man of God to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee, for the Lord is not with Israel, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. That's what I want to. What does he mean by this? He says, I hate going in. I don't know why I went here. Let me go to. I gotta go to chat. 2 Chronicles 25, verse 7, meaning. Let's see what this is talking about. What the hell? I didn't ask for that. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just jump down. This is during the reign of Amaziah, king of Judah. Amaziah hired 100,000 soldiers from the northern kingdom, Ephraim/Israel, to help him fight Edom. But the Most High sent a prophet telling him, "Do not take Israel's army with you, because the Lord is not with them." The northern kingdom was deep in idolatry and sin. And you're deep in idolatry and sin, and you go out to fight with Edom. If Amaziah joined with them, he would be joining with people God was judging. That's what you're doing, man. That's what you're doing, Maduro, man. You fucking up, man. The Most High does not bless unequally yoked alliances, man. You join with idols, your army's going off, man. The message: don't take help from those God is not dealing with. Yeah, don't take help from those that God is not dealing with. Oh, man. It says, not with Israel. No divine support, no blessing. Children of Ephraim, the dominant tribe of the northern kingdom, often used to represent the whole northern kingdom, go with the Yalak and Mach, join ally, fight together. Yeah, so them Ephraimites, man, with all the children of Ephraim, he wasn't dealing with the children of Ephraim to go to war with Edom. And you the children of Ephraim, you Asherites, you're gonna get destroyed, man, because the Lord's not dealing with Maduro. So it's probably better you keep getting on those boats and getting blown up, because that's what Esau's going to do to you if the Lord's not dealing with you. But if thou will go, do it, be strong for the battle. God shall make thee fall before the enemy, for God have power to help and to cast down. He going to make you fall. Okay, just like he did with Amaziah. The Lord sent a man of God to tell you, you going to fall. And you're going to fall if you go to war with Edom, man. Because you're praying to the wrong God. Now, I can see if you were praying to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Oh, man. See, the Lord, he ain't dealing with you. He don't want you to win. He ain't with you. 2 Chronicles 25:9. And Amaziah said to the man of God, "But what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the army of Israel?" And the man of God answered, "The Lord Yahweh is able to give thee much more than this." Yeah, fuck all of that trash money you talking about, man. Lord, don't you know the Lord, he can give you everything you desire, man. Let me grab a precept on that. 2 Samuel. Is it 2 Samuel? It's 1 Samuel chapter 2. In verse 7. The Lord Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Very simple. He does all these things. All right. 2 Chronicles 25:10. Then Amaziah separated them, to wit, the army that was come to him out of Ephraim, to go home again. Wherefore their anger was greatly kindled against Judah, and they returned home in great anger. Okay, so they were mad, man. Brought me way out here, but he paid them. He gave them the 100 talents. Okay, and he just sent them home. And Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people and went to the valley of Salt and smote of the children of Seir 10,000 men. But see, he wanted to win if he brought those Ephraimites with him. That's why he sent their wicked asses back home. Okay, Lord wasn't dealing with Ephraim. And you just lost the bag putting money on them Ephraimites. 2 Chronicles 25:12. And other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and cast them down from the top of the rock, that they all were broken in pieces. So they smote of the children 10,000 Edomites, and then with the other 10,000 left alive, Judah carried away captive, and brought them on top of the rock and cast them down from the top of the rock that they all broke. So he threw them off a cliff, man. You know? And that's why Edom, this is Esau. We just enemies, man. When you up, we throwing you off cliffs. It is what it is, man. That's why I'm not amazed that he going around putting people to death the way he does it, man. Because Esau knows who he is. He's like, if we let these people get above us, oh man, we gonna pay for everything, man. So we a terror unto Esau, man. We terror unto the Edomites. He understands this. 2 Chronicles 25, verse 13. But the soldiers of the army which Amaziah sent back, those Ephraimites, that they should not go with him to battle, fell upon the cities of Judah, from Samaria even to Beth-horon, and smote 3,000 of them, and took much spoil. So he killed Judites. These Ephraimites, man, some grimy ass Ephraimites. They got paid and they went and smoked some of their brothers and took more of the spoil. He said he fell upon the cities of Judah. Let's see what this word fell. Pasat.
Strong's H 6584. Pashat.
Pashat. To strip, invade, strip off, make a dash, raid, spread out. To invade, make an invasion, pull off, put off, make a road, run upon, rush, set, spoil, spread selves a broad strip. Yeah, so they caught a lick on their own brother. And you gotta walk through, you gotta go through the southern kingdom and get back to the northern kingdom. Okay. So on their way back, they're like, fuck it, we just gonna take, they're already going out to battle to go get some spoil, so why don't we just spoil whoever's over here? Yo, ancient times are ugly, man. Ancient times are ugly. 2 Chronicles 25 verse 13, but the soldiers of the army which Amaziah sent back, and they should not go with him to battle, fell upon the cities of Judah, invaded, spoiled upon the cities of Judah from Samaria even unto Beth-horon, and smote 3,000 of them. Smote means to put them to death. 3,000 of them, man, and took much spoil. Amaziah rebuked for idolatry. 2 Chronicles 25:14. Now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir and set them up to be his gods. And this is what Maduro's doing, man. He ain't win the battle, but he's setting up the gods of the Edomites all throughout his land, and bowed down himself before them and burned incense unto them. And that's what he was doing whenever this article came out 2 days ago. Wherefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Amaziah, and I'm sure the Lord is not happy with Maduro. He's a jealous God, man. He tells you that in the book of Exodus. I think it's 20. Let's look it up. Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So he's breaking the first commandment by worshiping Jesus Christ. An Israelite worshiping a false God. He don't know the Israelites are Hebrew. He don't know his Hebrew name. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Let's look at this word, jealous. I told you he's a jealous God, man.
Strong's H 7067. Cana.
jealous, used of God as not bearing any rival, the severe avenger of departure from himself. Let's look at some of these precepts. Exodus 34:14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Deuteronomy 4:24. For the Lord Yahweh thy God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. Deuteronomy 5:9. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Deuteronomy 6:15. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. So that sounds like jealous is not a good thing, man. Let's look at the etymology of the word jealous. To be jealous of, to be envious of, zealous for, to excite, to jealous anger. You know, imagine you with a woman, she's cheating on you with somebody else, man. That's not a good feeling, man. Some people, what's that scripture? The rage of a man, KJV. Yeah, Proverbs 6 in verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. So you make a man mad, he gets into a rage. What does he do? He push your ass to death. Okay? And that's what you're doing when you're serving these other gods. Because according to the Lord, according to Jeremiah 6:2, you're like a woman. The nation of Israel is like a woman under him. Jeremiah 6:2, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So the whole nation of Israel is like a woman under him, and you pretty much cheating on him by calling on another God's name. All right, so that's what causes the wrath of the Lord, that rage. He told you he's a jealous power, man. So this is a serious matter that he's doing, worshiping these false gods. 2 Chronicles 25:15. Wherefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Amaziah, and he sent unto him a prophet, which said unto him, Why hast thou sought after the gods of the people, which could not deliver their own people out of thine hand? That's right. And just like Esau's going to get judged, his Jesus Christ is not going to save him. It's not going to help you either. Moral of the story, 2 Chronicles 25:16. And it came to pass, as he talked with him, that the king said unto him, Art thou made of the king's counsel? Forbear, why shouldest thou be smitten? Then the prophet forbare and said, I know that God have determined to destroy thee, because thou hast done this, and hast not hearkened unto my counsel. And hey, you don't hearken to this counsel, you're going to be destroyed too. Because they already said, do you think Maduro's days are numbered? They were like, yeah. And when you're doing things like this, man, this is a clear indication that your days are numbered, man. Your days are numbered. I can already tell. He gonna get up in there good. Why? Because you lack knowledge, man. He got you worshiping his God. He already won the battle. He's already winning. That's why the Lord's allowing him to send all these ships over there. This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. So Esau already knows, as long as you worshiping the idols, he gonna win. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So he understands. You making this public prayer, you just condemned your whole nation, man. Esau got the biggest destroyer over there, so the Lord's probably going to allow him to bomb some shit over there, man. And when Achior had finished these sayings, all the people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill him. That's pretty much it. So so they know Judith was telling Holofernes that pretty much this is the plan. You want to take down the nation of Israel, you ain't got to go in there now. You know, just see if there's any sin in them, then the Lord will let you overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, meaning don't leave them alone, lest their Lord, meaning Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, defend them, and their God, which is Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, be for them, meaning the Israelites, and we, meaning the heathen nation, become a reproach before all the world, because he's going to destroy you. Okay? This is why we serve the true power, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, with great boldness and, with no fear. 2 Chronicles 25, verse 17. Then Amaziah, king of Judah, took advice and sent to Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us see one another in the face. And Joash, king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah. So king of Israel, meaning the northern kingdom, Amaziah, king of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon and trode down the thistle. What is this talking about? Amaziah defeated by Joash of Israel. Let's see what this means. Okay, this verse is part of the argument between Amaziah, king of Judah, and Joash, king of Israel, after Amaziah challenged him to war. Joash responds with a parable. The thistle equals Amaziah. A thistle is a small, weak, fragile, easily crushed. This symbolic plant represents Amaziah, who was weaker militarily and overconfident after defeating Edom. The cedar equals Joash, Israel, a cedar tree, tall, strong, well-established, symbol of might and stability. Joash is saying he is the cedar, stronger and more powerful. Give thy daughter to my son to wife. This means the thistle, Amaziah, presumes equality with the cedar, Joash. Amaziah is puffed up and acting above his status. In ancient context, marriage between houses signified equal alliances. Joash is mocking Amaziah for thinking he is on the same level. The wild beast trampling the thistle. This means something small and weak. Amaziah will be destroyed easily. Joash is warning, if you fight me, you will get crushed. Amaziah is picking a fight he cannot win. This sets up what happens in verses 20 through 24. Let's grab it. 2 Chronicles 25 and 19. Thou sayest, lo, thou hast smitten the Edomites, and thine heart lifted thee up to boast. Abide now at home. Why shouldest thou meddle to thine hurt, that thou shouldest fall, even thou and Judah with thee? But Amaziah would not hear, for it came of God that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. So look at that. The Lord gave you the victory over the Edomites, but then he was going to deliver you to your own brother Israel because of your pride. And that also goes to show you that the gods you worship, that has a mindset, you get that same pride that Esau got on you. And pride is the beginning of when a man departs from his maker. Let me grab this in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10. And I think it's 10 and is it 10? Yeah, 10 and 13. The pride is the beginning of sin. No. Ecclesiasticus 10, verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from God and his heart is turned away from his maker. So Esau's a proud man. Look at the God he worships, Jesus Christ. So he's a proud man. Caesar Borgia was proud. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. So you're gonna get hurt, man, worshiping these false gods. Second Chronicles 25:20. But Amaziah would not hear, for it came of God that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. So Joash, the king of Israel, went up, and they saw one another in the face, both he and Amaziah, king of Judah, at Beth Shemesh, which belongeth to Judah. And Judah was put to the worse before Israel. They fled every man to his tent. He said he was put to the worse before Israel. Oh, man. Yeah, man. He fucked him up. And Joash, the king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, at Beth Shemesh. Yeah, it's kind of confusing because it says, and Joash, the king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, at Beth Shemesh, and brought him to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim to the corner gate 400 cubits. I gotta look this up, man. I gotta look this up. This verse describes the consequences of Amaziah's pride after ignoring the Most High's warning. Amaziah was captured. Joash took Amaziah. Amaziah challenged the king God was not with. He was defeated and taken prisoner at Beth Shemesh. This shows how the Most High humbled him for his pride and idolatry. The wall of Jerusalem was broken down. Why break the wall? To humiliate Judah, to show they could not defend themselves, to demonstrate dominance over Amaziah and his kingdom, to make Jerusalem vulnerable as a sign of judgment. This judgment fulfilled Joash's parable. The breaking of Jerusalem's wall symbolized Amaziah's fall from pride, Judah's exposure because their king rejected the Most High's instruction, divine judgment, not just a military defeat. And that's pretty much what you're going to get, Maduro. You're going to get a military defeat because ultimately you can't accept correction. Second Chronicles 25:24. And he took all the gold and the silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of God with Obed-Edom, and the treasures of the king's house, the hostages also, and returned to Samaria. So he even came up even more. He came up, you paid all the silver and gold for the 100,000 Ephraimites. You sent them back. They killed 3,000 of your people, spoiled them. Then you went and picked a fight with them after you destroyed Edom, thinking, okay, since y'all did that to me, I'm going to go get some get back. And you lost. And then they went into the temple and destroyed, man. And ultimately the Lord gave them the victory. Second Chronicles 25:25. And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, lived after the death of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, 15 years. Okay. Now the rest of the acts of Amaziah, first and last, behold, are they not written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel? She'll show you there's the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. Oh, this is written in the book of 2 Kings, the 14th chapter. Now after the time, let me see if unless it's talking about another book. Let me just double check. Because the scriptures do mention other books. It mentions the book of Jasher. It mentions other books. Okay, the rest of the acts, first and last. This means all Amaziah did from the beginning to his reign to the end of his reign is recorded somewhere else. It's a standard biblical phrase showing that the Bible summarizes but does not include every detail. So there's a lot of our books missing, man. Are they not written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel? This refers to official royal records, chronicles maintained by scribes and prophets, a historical source the people of that time could reference. It does not refer to 1 Kings 2, 1st or 2nd Kings directly. Though Kings covers similar material, these books were actual court records kept during the monarchy, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Esau has some of these books. He hid the Apocrypha for years. You know, all the prophets probably got a book. Even the prophets of today, they probably got books too. Prophets you never even heard of wrote books about different things the Lord allowed him to do, but the Lord, he preserved what he wanted us to know because it's just so much. And then this is what he wants us to know, man. Out of all the scribes, it's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. 2 Chronicles 25 and 27. Now, after the time that Amaziah did turn away from following the Lord Yahweh, they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent to Lachish after him and slew him there. And they brought him upon horses and buried him with his fathers in the city of Judah. So he got put to death. Long story short. All right. And if you want to follow in his footsteps, farewell, do it. But I think it'd be in your best interest to repent. I'm going to finish this.
Blessings reach us. And not only today, they always reach us. You know that we always listen. You must also have heard many people around the world reflecting and saying, what is happening in Venezuela? I mean, how is it possible that Venezuela, being a besieged, blocked, threatened, attacked country, has a people who continue their struggle, remain standing, continue working, and that it is such a prosperous country as our country, Venezuela.
We are one people, the people of Christ, of all the Americas, the people of the United States and the people of Venezuela. We are one people.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm going to end it here. Lord's will, this was edifying. Shalom.